In this video, we'll discuss fire hazards. In many cases, when a home catches fire and burns, it's because of something that could have been easily avoidable. We'll take a look at facts about hazards, the top causes of fires, and how to spot some potential fire hazards. Here are some facts about fire hazards. According to the National Fire Protection Association, 85% of fire deaths in the United States happen at home. Cooking is actually the leading causes of fires in American homes, which might be a little surprising. The second leading causes of fires is heating systems in homes, in particular the use of space heaters. Other leading causes of fires include candles and smoking. Per capita, more deaths take place in low-income homes. This is often due to measures that are taken in low-income households to stay warm. When oil or propane fuels are too high, for example, homeowners might resort to fireplaces or electric space heaters, which have increased risk of fire. Fire hazards are often caused by mistakes that people make in their homes. Some of the most common mistakes include walking away from something that you're cooking in the kitchen, using electrical work that is worn out, or an appliance. Fire hazards are often caused by mistakes that people make in their homes. Some of the most common mistakes are walking away from something while you're cooking it in the kitchen, using electrical cords that are worn out, overloading power strips, buying or continuing to use a malfunctioning electrical appliance, putting something flammable near something that's hot, leaving a candle unattended even if it's just for a minute, using a fireplace or a wood stove incorrectly, and leaving a burning cigarette unattended. You'll need to be on the lookout for all of these situations during an NELC home assessment. Spotting fire hazards when you're in someone's home can be fairly easy. Electrical hazards such as these overloaded cords and receptacles are one of the most common things that you'll come across in a home energy assessment. Some hazards are seasonal. For example, Christmas tree lights introduce an extra hazard in the home during that time of the year and can be a significant risk. Homeowners may have done some extra wiring or run extension cords to light up their house. In fact, any time a homeowner has done wiring in their home on their own, they could have potentially made a mistake. Most electrical work should be done by qualified electricians. Another hazard that we should learn to spot is knob and tube wiring. This is an older technique that was used prior to the 1950s that we used to wire up homes. It's no longer considered acceptable, mostly due to the fact that it's probably significantly degraded over time because it's so old. We're going to talk a little bit more about knob and tube wiring a little bit later. Another significant source of homes are space heaters, in particular when homeowners create their own space heaters. I thought this picture was pretty hilarious. Hopefully it was a joke, but it's not uncommon to see measures that people might be taking in their homes because they're doing things to try to stay warm. I had an old college roommate that used to heat his apartment by letting the shower run because he paid for electricity but he didn't pay for water, and he thought it was a pretty good idea. He had a pretty humid and shiny apartment. Unfortunately, sometimes don't make the best decisions on their own, and we need to do our best to look out for them. Typical space heaters are really only a hazard when they're used incorrectly, or when they're allowed to get old or be used near something combustible. In this case, a newspaper fell on top of a space heater. Modern space heaters, like small electric ceramic heaters or kerosene heaters, are fairly safe when they're used correctly. However, any time when someone's using a space heater, it's going to be important to take note of that because they do introduce significant fire risk, and you're going to want to point out the best practices for using space heaters in your recommendations to homeowners. Also, the use of a space heater is a sign that the home's heating system might not be working properly, and that could be another safety risk or perhaps a source of inefficiency.